Page 6, Minuet. It's a very famous minuet. I have covered this piece many times. There are multiple videos on this piece, and I don't go back and check and see what I've said before. I just, whatever comes to mind, that's what I'm saying. Hopefully I'm not contradicting myself too much. So let's just cover this 3/4 time, which is a minuet. That makes sense. Minuets are, they're a dance. Well, a minuet is typically a dance, although not all minuets were meant to be danced to. However, this one could be danced to. One sharp, all the F's are sharped, one hand at a time, so make sure we got the fingering and the rhythm and all that. And I'm going to try and connect everything for now. So here, we're in this position. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and then reach out a little finger and then scrunch up. Don't forget the F sharp. It's in the key signature. And then 1 and 2, 1 and then cross over. Leave the thumb there, you do that. Third line is similar or to the first, or the same, I'm not sure. And then measure 13, the last line there. 1 and 2 and 3 and then cross over. Go ahead and leave the thumb there. The reason is because if you repeat, you're in position to repeat, and if you go on, you got this note coming, you're closer to it. So here. So let's go on. Measure 17 at the top of page 7. 1 and 2. Reach down with the thumb. Cross over, third finger. And then go 21. Cross over. And then reach down, and I do third finger here, 3, 4, because in measure 25, the next measure you want fifth finger, I'm closer to it with fourth, and then cross over, reach up, cross over. Now in measure 28 here, I'm going to stay there now. I'm going to cross over and stay there. Here, and because in measure 29 I need to be down here. Fourth finger. If you've been doing the scales, and I hope you have been, you need to do a G major scale with this. These runs like this on measure 29, that's just a scale. If you can do the scales, you're accustomed to this and it just comes out. If you're not doing the scales, you'll struggle trying to make that controlled and even. It won't be there. Been there, done that, believe me. Left hand. Starting out with the G chord here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Remember, a dotted half note is the same as 3 quarter notes. Just memorize that. So since a quarter note gets a count, it gets 3 counts. 1, reach down. The thumb's coming down. 2, 1, 2, 3. 13, it's the thumb on the half note. Reach up with the thumb, cross over. The thumb again. And then measure 17 at the top of the page is here. 2, 3, 2, 3. Reach down. And then cross over, third finger. Fourth finger, come down. Now we got 2 voices going for measures 25 and 26. This kind of the trickiest piece because you got to hold the notes down and they overlap. So this is a half note. I'm going to hold it down as I play that. And I'm going to hold that down as I play the next B. And then I'm going to do the C, hold it down as I play that. And then I'm going to hold the E down as I play the C. They overlap. It's important to do that. You need this kind of accuracy and control to really play well. So, yeah, I encourage you to do that. Then measure 29 again. You're going to hold the quarter note down, or the dotted half note down, as you play the F sharp, and then lift up on the E. You don't have to use fourth finger. You can use fifth if you'd like, and then here. but these are the more awkward fingers. I encourage you to use the awkward fingers because the more you use them, the less awkward they get. So don't shy away from using the 3, 4, and 5, or the 4 and 5 at least. Measure 29. If you want to use 5, that's fine with me, and then 3. So for one beat, you got both notes down, and then 4. It's up to you. You can do what the book says is 4. But for the next to the last measure, you need thumb on the G. Then put the hands together. 1 and 2 and 3. So just work it out. I don't want to play it all for you. You can figure it out on your own, I'm sure. And then once you can do that and get rid of any hesitation. Now you can go nice and slow, but no hesitations. The beat needs to be steady. Then you can add in these phrases and articulate the staccatos and stuff. If there's nothing marked, just connect it. So in the left hand, just connect these. If there's nothing marked there, just connect them. The right hand has the slurs. The staccato, light wrist staccato. So measure 6, it's here. Lift up here. The left hand finally gets staccato. Lift up in the right hand, but not the left. So to go from measure 8 to 9 again, it's here. So I'm lifting up here, but not here. Staccatos in the left hand. So put in the slurs and the staccatos. And then we can add the dynamics. That's for the right hand. Left hand needs to be in the background. Keep it soft. Whatever you think moderately loud is at the beginning, it's just sort of loud, not loud. So it's a fun, happy little piece. You're staying in that general area. You get a little louder and softer, but you're staying in that area until at the end, the last 2 measures on the page. Then you come down to moderately soft. That's for the right hand. The left hand needs to be in the background. Now, on measure 17, they have an F-P. That means the first time you'll play it loud, because if you'll notice, you got reverse repeat sign there and a repeat sign at the bottom, so you're going to play this page twice. So the first time is loud in the right hand, whatever you think loud is, and then after you repeat it, this is soft. Means the left hand's very soft, so it's here. And at the end of the line, on measure 20, come down and then go back up. Crescendo up to there. And then crescendo. See, the left hand got a little louder, not as loud as the right. We got a little louder. Make sure that you come down, because 25 you're soft. And then at the bottom you're going to crescendo back up to moderately loud. So forth. And that's generally the dynamics. You have to get to know it well enough that you can start feeling the dynamics. Because right now we're kind of forcing them, and that's not what it's about. You do it to learn it, but eventually you want to get to where you're feeling this. Speed-wise, it's a nice, fun minuet. Huh? And when we talk speed, we're not necessarily talking the beat. How fast does the pulse go? We're talking about the overall flow of the piece. It kind of depends on what's in the piece. Because if I speed this up for the quarter notes to be right, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, that makes the 8th notes too fast. So I'm going to slow it down because the 8th, so it's sort of a balance between the two, and it's just a fun piece. tend to put a little retard at the end. You have to be careful with retard on those and slowing down and speeding up. Mostly on dances or any music where people are moving, dances and marches and so forth, you usually don't slow down too much because the people are moving and it messes them up. But I just feel a slow down here at the end, a retard on. However, if people are dancing to it, don't. Just keep going to the end and stop. Now, a little bit about these slurs and musical notation. Musical notation in itself is incomplete. It doesn't give a complete picture of exactly what the composer or arranger had in mind. It gives a general idea. It's up to you to fill in the blanks, so to speak, and make music out of it. That's why so many different people can play the same piece of music completely differently, and they're all following the same piece of music. They're doing what the music tells them to do. Now, for instance, on these slurs, let's go over to page 7. They're on, say, measure 23. You're coming off of a slur, and then there's nothing. There's no slur, there's no staccato, there's nothing marked here. So what do? Do you connect them? Do you disconnect them, or what? The answer is, you're going to love this. It's up to you. Maybe when you're repeating it, because you're going to play it twice, maybe one time you'll connect them and the next time you'll disconnect them. Not short staccato, just disconnect them. It's up to you. Or maybe just disconnect that and connect that. There's nothing marked. So it's a part of interpreting music. You decide how you're going to do it. You get the same thing on the next line. Well, the first two measures are slurred. This measure 25. But then this is not. And then it's slurred. So what do? Do you disconnect these? Doesn't say. Try it. Experiment with both and see what you like. Again, since you're going to repeat it, you play it twice. See, when you repeat something, you play it twice. Don't play it twice exactly the same way. Change something. Yeah. So maybe you're changing this. One time and the next time. Because if I'm going to connect these notes on 27, measure 27, I'm going to go ahead and connect them to the slur. I'm going to connect all that together to make it one thought, because I don't want to go. It tends to get choppy when you do that. The music doesn't flow as well. So it depends. You get the same thing in the last line, and the measure 29 is slurred, but then nothing. My tendency is to disconnect those. But you don't have to. I connect them. Doesn't say. So experiment with this stuff and try different things out. I'd like to play this with you very slowly to double check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do any dynamics. I will do the repeats though. We'll do the whole thing. So I'll give us 3 counts. Let's just go slowly together. 1 and ready and go, and 1 and 2.